What's up and welcome to Culture War Vultures. I'm Vegas Prison Stories. You can call me Rick, VPS. As always, this is my dude Gangish from @Gangish, and we're bringing you all the news, all the crazies in the world. We're talking about that here.
We go live every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So tonight, we're going to be talking about the dollar store. Now, let's be honest. We all know the dollar store. None of us are proud. You don't go there. You know what I mean? It's not somewhere you go because you're proud. It's somewhere you go because it's like a lark. It's fun. It's cheap. It's interesting to what you want to know. How can I go get some laundry soap for $1? I want to know what I'm going to get for $1.
I love the dollar store. Call it the trailer park in me. I don't care. I shop at the dollar store. I got one right up the street. I got two.
Yeah.
It's the Dollar Hauler. We got Dollar General and across the street, Family Dollar.
Okay. And see, each of them have their own lanes, right? Each of them have their own lanes. So, along with them having their own lanes, they've had some of the dollar stores. You know, some of the people that they attract. Not always or maybe the crowd is a little bit rambunctious. The crowd that ends up around dollar store. Let's put it that way. I can remember being young, and they were a good target if you wanted to steal something real quick. If you wanted a pack of cookies or something or you needed some socks if you were on a mission.
Always. Always. See, that's how I know you're gutter. Only gutter people know. Only gutter people have been on a mission to get some new socks because they just been out there getting it. And they're like, man, I need to change my socks.
Sometimes you got to do it. You know, sometimes you need supplies. So anyway, well, this woman, it seems that the Dollar General has decided that she was going to take matters into her own hands. It seems this woman is she's the manager. And, there's been rampant theft, and it's the type of theft that just happens out in the open. And because of this, she's just over it. She's fed up with it. If I had to guess, I've been in management before. Management usually has bonuses attached to it. These type of bonuses attached to it. And in a retail environment, there would definitely be bonuses attached to reducing shrinkage, what they call shrinkage. Let's watch that again. Hold on. Now, as you can see, the loot, it looks like he's got an igloo cooler here. Like he stole an igloo cooler, right? The bike's jacked up. Look at the front wheel. Front wheel's all bent. That bike ain't going nowhere.
I purposely did not watch this because I wanted it to be a live reaction, bro. That is priceless.
Let's watch it again. I think she did a good job. She didn't even hurt him. Look at. Now look at all his loot. There's one brick, 2 bricks, 3 bricks. I seen something go flying. Hold on, let's watch something go flying. There's one already on the ground. Something hit the ground immediately. Now we're about to see a bunch of stuff fly right there. He threw the package. Why did he throw the package?
You think you want to steal from my store?
Shut up.
Bitch.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
But it's getting crazy to where, especially a lot of these Democratic places, they're making it, they're not even coming out to do reports on shoplifting if it's not over $1,000. So the stores have in turn stopped getting a hold of the police. And the reason, and then the politicians, they turn around and they turn it into, look, shoplifting is down. No, people have just stopped reporting it because cops won't do anything anymore. And then you have ladies like this that take it into their own hands, and guess what? She'll probably end up getting charged for it.
Well, yeah, that's the people we're going to highlight tonight. We're going to highlight the people that are fighting back. Because some of these people ain't playing this. You know what I mean? Some of these people own these businesses. You know, I have a feeling this guy right here. We're about to watch a guy right here. He's about to go toe to toe with this dude. This dude, he sure is struggling. Like he might own the place. You tell me.
Hey, bro. You better go, bro. It ain't working. Hey, bro. It ain't working, bro. Hey, bro. It ain't working. Bro, you get ready to just stop, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, hold up. Hold up.
Oh, Deanna, you gonna get the bag.
Still scuffling. Look it.
Giving it to him.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck you."
Get over.
I have a feeling that dude in blue.
Let him go, bro. Just let him go.
Or he's at least a general manager. He'd fight. Look at him. Is this just acceptable now? Let me ask you this. This is how it almost seems to me, right? Because whenever the looting started in the George Floyd stuff, the Democrats gave ready-made excuses. They said, "Oh, well, these people have been victimized and da 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 da. That's the most important thing." Okay. Well, but people are always, like we talked about before, people are always going to take things to an absurdity. So if you're willing to give somebody an excuse for committing a crime, and even though a politician might come out and say something nice and say, well, these people, they're really just reacting out of oppression and da-da-da, and give a bunch of historical facts or whatever, and it says, okay, well, that sounds good, right? There's another philosopher in the hood that's going to say, these crackers owe us money, and we about to go take it, right? Because it's the same philosophy. It's the exact same philosophy. It's just through a different vessel. It's just delivered to the people through a different vessel. Because whenever I was gangbanging, when I was doing my thing, I wasn't worried about what the politicians were talking about. I was worried about what the big homies were talking about. And if the big homie said the politicians, now it never happened in my lifetime where they just weren't enforcing the law. This never happened. I don't know what I would have done if they just would have stopped enforcing the laws like now.
I do, because you were a prolific booster. I was quite the lick master myself for about 13 straight years. If it wasn't tied down, I was taking it. And I would have already had this dialed in so well that I would know exactly what products are $990 and the easiest to get a hold of. And we would have already cleared out the entire city of their stock. And then we would have moved on to obviously cheaper items that are half that price once they started pulling the $900 items off the shelves. Like, all they're doing is they're inviting criminals to come in and commit crime. They've decriminalized stealing and theft, retail theft, and there's zero incentive for these criminals not to do it anymore. They're not going to go to jail for it.
I went over to my friend's house a couple months ago, and he says, "Hey, I'm going to the store. You need anything?" I said, "I don't know. Get some cookies or something. You know what I mean? Get something good." I didn't know he was going to steal. You know what I mean? And he grabs a backpack and walks off and takes off, and then he showed back up like 20 minutes later with a backpack full of stuff that he had stolen from the dollar store. All kinds of cookies and, you know what I mean, a bunch of good shit, gummy bears and whatever. And with stuff he was high, stuff he wanted to eat, right? And I was like, I could just tell the way he was pulling it out. I was like, "Did you steal that?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You just brought the backpack in there like that?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "They know?" He was like, "Oh yeah, they know you're stealing. They don't say nothing."
Listen, my little brother's in here right now. He can tell you, from the time we were probably 21 to the time we were 26, we never once went grocery shopping. What we would do is, you go into these supermarkets and they have garbage cans, and you put the garbage can in the cart and you're pushing it around, and you get all your meat and all that, and you're throwing it in the garbage can. Then you just run out the back door where your homie's sitting with the truck. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's how we ate for 5 straight years. Never went grocery shopping once. Now, if they had decriminalized it, we would have walked out the front door with it.
Yeah, because then it becomes very lucrative to just take anything. Because you can sell anything. You just got to find the right. It wouldn't be in the store if it wasn't sellable, right? The store itself, the Safeway, whatever store it is, wouldn't hold the item if it wasn't sellable. You just got to find the right market. You got to find the right people. And with the internet being what the internet is now, it's very easy to find the right people that you want to sell stuff to, the people that are interested in whatever you took. So anything becomes a target whenever it's decriminalized. And I'm not going to go to jail. Anything, basically everything in the store becomes a target, right?
Absolutely. And since our criminal escapades until now is so different, like the electronics and all. I mean, there's just so many things that these people are grabbing. You see it in San Francisco a lot too. Whole hordes of people enter into these Apple stores and stuff like that and just start snatching stuff. And imagine you're working there for $15, $18 an hour, which is probably what they're making in San Francisco. Are you going to stand in front of a whole mob? No. You're probably going to grab an iPhone and tuck it away in your backpack.
Yeah, I would imagine Apple seems like a company that would have a hands-off policy, if I had to guess. They just seem that way.
I can see armed guards being the answer to this.
It's going to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually. The people in I hate to say this, but the people in Hollywood many of them already had armed security. And the ones who didn't, most of them do now. And it still doesn't seem to be completely stopping the problem. People are getting robbed on their way home. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department actually put out a little news bulletin thing and said, don't be acting flashy and don't be wearing, if you're going out, don't be wearing a bunch of jewelry and shit like that. They're basically telling people to put their jewelry away, don't wear it outside.
That's crazy.
So let's check this out real quick. Some more footage from the Dollar General.
The Mejia Police Department is asking the public for help identifying a person of interest in a recent theft at a Dollar General. The department says that 2 separate thefts happened at the Dollar General located at 1003 East Milam Street on May 11th and May 15th. The person of interest pictured on your screen used children to commit the thefts by pushing out shopping carts filled with items that were unlawfully appropriated. If you can identify the suspect or have any information, you can contact the Mejia Police Department at 254-5.
There you go.
Unlawfully appropriated.
41.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that
Identify the
means.
suspect or have.
She would not even say the word stolen. Stolen.
Yeah. She unlawfully appropriated.
She unlawfully appropriated items from the store. I hate the media.
They said you're what you call so we've come to a point now, right? And then that's the thing, is that the shoplifting was always around. Okay, whenever I was very young, there were shoplifters, but the thing is that the vast majority of society in the 80s, 70s, 60s generally agreed that it was not okay to steal. Now, was there thieves? Yes, but it was a very small section of society. They hung out with each other, you know what I mean? And that was kind of their thing. They were thieves. Since we've taken the stigma away and it's not about being a thief anymore, you're just the minority who's been oppressed and they kind of owe you this. I can take away the stigma of it. I'm not a thief. What you talking about? I'm getting my reparations, homie.
Right.
I got all these white people. They tell me I'm supposed to get reparations. I hear all these good-looking politicians I'll be voting for. They say I deserve reparations. San Francisco just voted for it, so let's go get it.